Hello, everybody. Day 2 is here. The Calalas Cup. Let's go. Some of our top players dueling it out for 15,000 euros and points towards qualification towards CRL World Finals. Talking about that prize pool. Check it out. $7,500 to first place. Second place with $3K. 1.5 to third, fourth place, $1,000, and making the top 8. $500, of course. We're down to our top 12. A little more to go. But right now we are jumping right in to our first match of the day. Samuel Basoto and Ta. And we saw a fair bit of beatdown yesterday. Our current meta, of course, supporting a lot of that. Although we did see a bit of cycle as well. And welcome to everybody. We are both again on vertical and horizontal streams today. If you're watching on the horizontal stream and want to see the vertical, go ahead and click that link if you can, or if you're on your mobile device, you can go to the main channel page and find it there. If you're on your mobile device, links might not work, so you may need to go to the channel page.
Doing it for the fam.
Samuel Basoto coming off of 2 very good years. And now 4 consecutive CRL World Finals with Space Station Gaming, and then 3 solos in a row. 2 top 12s and 1 third place. So giant for giant to open up. Pretty close to, maybe precisely, precisely a mirror match. And with Sam already having a big lead in this one, would probably take a pretty significant error to allow his opponent, Ta, back in the mix. And here we go, big push, Giant, Evo Knight, Phoenix. Fisherman should be able to know as the Guardian comes out, that does stymie things a little bit. Still more damage done, 1630 the mark on the left-hand side, 2609 in the same lane on Samuel Basoto's tower. And I see Little Slushy saying they don't even give any commentary. Pretty sure I'm speaking out loud. Andre M on our vertical stream saying Evo Bomber best win condition. He may be right. Now in triple elixir, Ta setting things up. And Samuel just trying to make sure that that push has no value on the opposite side, although he has a lot to deal with here. Does get the Fisherman of Ta off the board. Great lightning, though, from Ta to make sure he gets on tower, and this should be enough to give him the lead, a big lead, with only a few seconds left. 25 seconds remain, and Ta putting the pressure on. Samuel needs to get a counter push going and get it going fast and really break through all of this. Not sure how he's going to do it. 14 seconds left. Needs to predict the Fisherman, and he does. Can he keep controlling the Fisherman here on the right-hand side and also get to tower? Giant in deep. The lightning a little bit late, so Giant not able to punch, and that's a great come-from-behind victory for Ta in game number 1. And on the line today, folks, give a look at our prize pool. 15,000 euros. If you're knocked out today in that bottom 4, you leave empty-handed. But if you make the top 8, $500 for getting to that full distance. And talking about schedule today, we will be doing our 4 upper bracket matchups first, and then we'll be eliminating 4 players. So we will get to our top 8 today. And we will know who is in the money. And after that, starting tomorrow, it's going to be all gravy. Cash and points towards the World Finals. At the crew just asking, how are you doing today, Rich? Is your Ultimate Frisbee cast today? I'm doing great. It was last night, and it was a whole lot of fun. And we haven't seen a lot of mortar in this competition. It is fun to see Samuel get it in the mix. Looking like hog for Ta. We don't really see the Monk with many other decks at the moment. All of the players who are still in the tournament will play today. We're going to start with Ta versus Samuel, which we're in right now, then Adriel Tourist, Lucas versus EGW, and finally Lord Seb versus Riley. Then we will go down to the lower bracket, where Ali, Dominic, Firkin, and Ian will await the losers of our first 4 matches today. 8 total today. And Royal Hogs, not Hog Rider. Samuel in a funky spot. Don't really see any splash damage in his deck. The snowball can help. But he has a lot of work to do to get on tower in any significant way. Pigs in, no mortar and cycle. Has a snowball, probably an ice spirit here. Yep, there you go. But now tower very low, and the Evo Skellies come out. Doesn't matter. A lot of damage in for Ta, and this is a tough spot. Here we go, Graveyard in. Nice tankage by the Giant Skeleton, but Ta sees the opening and goes Pigs opposite direction. Mortar just barely stops them. 2178, Samuel finally on the board, but will give up a lot more damage on the back end. That Monk goes into reflection very, very late, and now under 1,000 HP is the left-hand tower of Samuel DeSoto. Ta forced to spend a lot on that defense, and Samuel sees that and goes in aggressive at the bridge. Does need to not let too much damage from these piggies happen. Ice Spirit will go. Giant Skeleton deep, and he should be able to survive these hogs. How does this Graveyard plus Giant Skeleton work against this tower? Defensive Earthquake, underrated against Graveyard, and you see the value there. Ta able to hold nicely. And what a full send arcade style push from Samuel, but the Evo Firecracker of Ta handles that with little to no difficulty. Samuel's in a tough spot right now. He has to press the action. He has to get on tower and keep that Dagger Duchess low, but he also cannot let a good Pig's Push come through. Ta, meanwhile, can defend pretty easily here, as you're seeing. And now Poison in. Here is where Ta goes for the counter push. High mortar to hold against the defense. And oh boy, Samuel DeSoto pulls the rug out from under Ta and takes the win in the final seconds. And Ta not happy about that one at all. Let's go ahead and queue up a little replay action here. Give me one moment. And we can look at that finish one more time. Oh, that's not the correct button. That's the correct button. Let's take a look at the replay here. And you see the snowball in Samuel with 30 seconds left, just cycling. Trying to steal this one back. And this high Tesla plus the stun almost gets the Dagger Duchess to focus on the Graveyard instead. Doesn't do it. And then the pushing the opposite direction. The pigs. I am not sure about the pigs out of Ta. Maybe a little overly aggressive. And we'll look at that one more time. So Tesla goes high, Firecracker in. It looks like we are jumping into game number 3 here. So we'll check out more of that later. Let's go ahead and jump into the third and final. Not elimination match. The loser will just drop down into the lower bracket. Fireball available for both in this one. Lightning out. Keep an eye on that. And looks like Splash Valley. And a Mega Knight at the bridge for Samuel right into what I anticipate was an unexpected Inferno Tower given that play. Adam saying Ta threw so hard. Why didn't he use Pigs Plus? Why did he use Pigs Plus? Didn't log on defense. And you have to assume your opponent has Tornado when you're seeing Executioner. Maybe thinking that with the Valk it wouldn't, but Hog MK for Samuel. Liam Maskew's asking it, it's all best of 3, right? And correct, it is best of 3 throughout this event. And a nice little Fire Spirit Kite that will still get onto those Skelly Dragons. Great bit of technique by Ta to pull the Royal Ghost to the right. And a well-timed Ghost for Sam, plus the MK shuts down that drill placement. Stargame asking, once in the loser's bracket, is there a way to win the whole event? Absolutely there is. I don't even like the word loser's bracket. Let's call it the lower bracket. This is a double elimination tournament. It means you have to lose twice to be knocked out. And so the lower bracket is where you go once you've lost one time. Nice NATO plus Xe value. And with the Executioner tanking for those Goblins, they're able to do some good damage here. Prediction EQ tries to get early value onto a Inferno Tower, an Inferno Tower, but it's Valk instead. And Ta really trying to get these zaps going. I see a question, will Riley play today? Yes, all 12 remaining players will play today. With 90 seconds left, Ta up by about 1,300 and a corner hog behind the MK. And can the hog escape the clutches of this Valkyrie? No, it cannot. Valk just shuts down that Hog Rider entirely, not able to damage it off the board, and Sam, despite trying to figure out something fancy, not able to get anything from it. Just a tough spot for Sam in this matchup. Only not great ways to stop these drills, but even worse is trying to break through this Inferno Tower, NATO, Evo, Valk, Xe combination. Baldy asking, is this the last day or will there be another? There will be. This is day 2 of 3, folks. We're going to get down to our top 8 today, and then top 8 will play for the title and the grand prize on Sunday. And the Evo Zap is not enough against this Dagger Touches to the middle. And a great read by Ta. Cruda says, it says finals in the top left. Yes, because this is the finals. This is the finals weekend. And a great job from our winner. Ta will move on, and we'll get a look at our upper bracket in a little bit. Can you show the game plan for today? There's not a schedule graphic, but we have coming up next, Adriel versus Tourist, then Lucas EGW, then Lord Seb and Riley. That is our upper bracket. And then the losers of those 4 matches, we will see them against Ali, then Dominic, then Firkin, then Ian. Ian, our last match of the day, he will be taking on Samuel Basoto. Liam asking, do I have any favorites to win? And at this point, Adriel's looking pretty good. Certainly a dangerous person here. Josh is saying Ian's in the lower bracket with Mo. Well, not exactly. Ian and Muhammad Light did play yesterday. When they show the bracket, I'll show the bracket. Muhammad Light knocked out yesterday. Who's your dark horse to win, says Sharkman. Dark horse? If I were to put a true dark horse pick, would be Firkin. That would be a true dark horse pick. Jarmeed asking, did Ian and Riley play already? Yes, they did play yesterday. We'll see them again. We might see them play again later if they keep on winning, but there you go. They did play yesterday, though, and it was Riley who came out on top of that one. Adriel Tourist up next. As soon as we have them ready to rock, we'll have that stream right here. Bro said Adriel to win. Zedon. Yeah, I mean, look at the lineup here. Samuel Basoto just lost in the upper bracket. Like, I will pick Adriel over Tourist. I think that in the upper bracket, Adriel's probably the top player. I would actually say it's likely that Adriel is now the #1 guy of the 12 remaining. And I think people who disagree with that, or people who think that's a really bad opinion, don't watch Clash Royale Esports enough. Adriel's been top tier for a very long time. So yeah, he's quite good. So right now I think he's the favorite if I were going to pick somebody. Ta certainly also someone who could make a run all the way to the end. Yeah, Ta and Adriel would be my two picks at the top right now. Panther Ray is saying, Rich, why do you have 2 streams, not 1? Because I have a horizontal stream and a vertical stream. So whichever way you prefer to watch, whether you want to have it with all of the overlays and stuff like that, or whether you want to have just the gameplay. Especially for those of you watching just on your phone, just the gameplay is usually ideal. So there you go. Joshy's saying, sleeping on Riley. I wouldn't put Riley as a favorite here. I wouldn't put Ian or Riley as a favorite in this group right now. Do they both have a chance? Absolutely. But I wouldn't put either of them as favorites right now. But one of them might win. That's why we have to watch. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 1 of Tourist and Adriel. Tom Costello, McGreen. Adriel's definitely one of the favorites. Michael Schofield, is repeating a card an instant DQ or just lose the match? You just lose the game. You're not disqualified from the tournament for repeating a card. You don't lose the full match immediately. You only lose that game. An aggressive RG early from Adriel. And he should get maybe 2 out of this. With how low that Duchess is, no, enough DPS to take it down, only get 1. And that's a decent amount of damage for an early graveyard here. And nice pressure ghost from Adriel. And the Dark Prince a little late here. 1 shot in, and while the lead's still with Tourist, Adriel now makes it back within about 220. And now dual lane damage for Tourist as the Dagger Duchess does him dirty. And the Tesla maybe almost felt like it was late, but that stun, of course. An arrow is certainly a valuable piece of this deck for Tourist here, who, if you don't know, does have a #1 finish on Path of Legends, December of 22. Anytime you can make it to top 10 is amazing. A #1 finish, certainly high level. Has not yet had a phenomenal Clash Royale League performance. Did make it to the round robin stage twice last year. Adriel really playing the pressure game right now. Not able to get past the Tesla. It does cycle back in time. And these graveyards just continue to punish Adriel. Does not have a phenomenal response. He has the Barb Barrel, has the Electro Spirit. Panther Ray saying his mirror banned from CRL. Only insofar as that it's bad. But it's not actually banned, it's just unused. So here we go, Triple Elixir about to start, and Adriel does the setup. RG to the left, RG to the right, gonna come most likely, we'll see, unless Tourist gives him a reason to double up in the same lane. Tourist comfortably ahead right now. We would love to get an RG down right behind this. And there he goes into the right-hand lane. Splitting that defense. The Royal Giant on the left does get a shot. The RG on the right gets turned towards the tower. And you have to wonder there if maybe doubling down in one lane might have been the move, so that you really suck out all of the daggers from that tower. And the RG gets pushed a little bit and goes inside. 10 seconds left. That's going to be game number 1 for Tourist, who just had an absolute shutdown matchup here. Game number 1 for Tourist. Saying wasting Bomber and Phoenix on an RG deck seems odd. RG is usually pretty nice, but Andy Volta pointing out if they have a really defensive deck, which this one was, really difficult to break through. Riley has not played yet, folks. You will be able to see Riley later today. Rich, do you even have eyes? Nope. Where's Juicy? Probably in Nebraska, is my guess. Tourist. I'm not sure where he's living right now. Native to Russia. And again, as I said before, top one finish, number 1 finish on ladder. It is funny how that's become kind of this weird Clash Royale nomenclature where you say top 1, right? Or top 3. And you mean the specific spot? It's a weird thing that is very unique to the Clash Royale world. Who's my pick for this year's finals? Really too early to tell. GG saying Tourist lives in Russia. Well, that can't be possible if he's playing right now. So he must be somewhere else for this competition. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 2. Can players use the same card more than once in different matches? Absolutely. In one best of 3, you may not repeat cards. But in a match, you may repeat cards. Or in a tournament, you may repeat cards. And Ali Birkan pointing out, Tourist is in Turkey. That's where he's playing. There you go. Pure Gamer predicting Riley and Ian for the final.
Excuse me.
So now Tourist's turn to go Royal Giant, and we have not seen a ton of success in bridge spam in this tournament so far. Very curious on this choice from Adriel. Someone did ask earlier if Adriel has any #1 finishes on ranked or on ladder, and I don't believe he does. He has a couple top 10 finishes, a #5 and #6. But what he does have, aside from that, is multiple phenomenal performances in CRL, including a World Finals berth this last year where we got 6th place.
Stay sharp.
Ulapa asking who has qualified for CRL Finals so far. Just Mohammed Light.
Bold and bashful.
And we're going to need to see a prediction lightning on one of these fish boys out of Adriel if he wants to connect at all. Setting up P.E.K.K.A this low against the Royal Giant. Adriel just not playing well today. Obviously some difficult matchup situations. And now he's super lows. He needs to have lightning available. Doesn't have lightning available. But can he get the P.E.K.K.A to tower? Lots on the bridge. Lots on the board here. P.E.K.K.A gets pulled. 2 barbs plus the baby dragon. Fireball goes defensive. Tourist has to play the Rage on offense, and we are going to sudden death, folks. And Zeden needs to hold on to that comment for a minute.
What up? Future king over here.
Great breakthrough. The lightning not even needed there. And this is what bridge spam does. It wins bridge fights and then turns into a big downhill push. Mike Schofield making the very important point, though. Royal Giant in a 2-tower match is very dangerous. And just a little opposite lane pressure play with the Battle Ram. Fisherman not going to see it. Dark Prince played to the inside so it can help with a Royal Giant if necessary. The Lightning of the Little Prince opens up a lot. Adriel may be overextending here, though. Pocket Ghost, expect a Pocket RG. Guardian should be prediction called, and it is. Fireball going to get a lot of value here. Evo RG does its damage, but right now, the lead is for Adriel. And now he goes Evo Battle Ram to the right-hand side. The Rage trying to push it through. I don't really like, the Rage, that was a defensive Rage, my mistake there. And Adriel trying to predict the Royal Giant pocket play. And that P.E.K.K.A is going to run away. So now Adriel going to double down over here. P.E.K.K.A pulled away by the Fisherman. Royal Giant in the pocket going to get 2. Connection on that left-hand side. Fireball to try to add a little bit more to it. Lightning will not do enough here. And Tourist able to battle back and take this one in the waning moments. What a fun game overall, and it all came down to a slightly early prediction from Adriel as he tried to get ahead of the Pocket RG and instead found himself without his primary damage. Michael Schofield, the prediction cost him, but a prediction is the one thing that could have won him the game. You got to wonder if maybe that needed to be played a little closer to his King Tower just in case. Right, retrospect, of course. Hindsight is 20/20. But if we look at this, watch where he plays this P.E.K.K.A. He plays it really high. He plays it in an area where a Fisherman, I think the Fisherman may have already been down. Let me go back and check that real quick. Let's watch this one more time. No, same time as the Fisherman. So he plays this really high in a Fisherman danger zone. I think if he plays that in front of his King Tower, maybe just a couple of tiles in front, he gets it out and gets that prediction possibility early, but also keeps it low enough to engage the RG if it needs to be. And Tourists definitely excited about that one. Tom saying he lost that when the Tourists predict Evo ran with the Phoenix. Well, he had a ton of damage though, right? That's the thing to think about, is that if we go back and look at this one more time, look at the damage difference. He has 1153 to I think that says 1482. He has enough where if he can hold that RG damage-wise, that he could go spells on the King Tower and win. Let's go ahead and jump into our next matchup, folks. One I know a lot of you are excited for. I guess we had a little change in schedule. Lord Seb and Riley starting now.
Excuse me, don't you know who I am?
Who here's picking Riley? Who's picking Lord Seb? Anybody in my stream picking Lord Seb today? Or is it all Riley all day from our viewership? And I believe that the rules do require your face to actually be on camera, so keep an eye on that one, on whether Riley could get a penalty for that. Lord Seb certainly slow playing this one so far after the opening exchange. Those of you interested in Lord Seb, plays out of Colombia, has a #1 finish in a global tournament, plus #2 finish. He has done pretty well in global tournaments overall. A couple of top 50 finishes on old school ladder and a 13th place finish on ranked.
Excuse me, don't you know who I am?
And big, giant connection from Lord Seb. And as we go into sudden death, Riley is fighting from about 1,000,000 miles behind, but now we'll see if the Graveyard
Excuse me, don't you know who I am?
can actually get things in.
Just sharpening my knife.
And now 3:02 remaining. The writing on the wall in game #1. GG, well played. Reminder, folks, we are eliminating 4 players today, getting down to our top 8. Today, you need to get at least 1 match win in order to make it into our prize pool. $500 for making top 8. But you do need to get there. Oleg saying Cody goes from Columbia as well. Yep, correct. Monkey on Mars saying, Rich, the comment you made yesterday, I think about this meta feeling like the tutorial deck showing you how to place cards is so true. Yeah, very, very true indeed. Very true indeed. Is Ian going to play light? That already happened yesterday. You can go ahead and watch yesterday's replay video on the channel if you want to check out more of that one. And if you do want to check out more of what we have here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for all the Clash Royale esports content. We have live streams of events here, so you make sure you never miss a moment of these. I do special featured show matches, some BO5s, especially if you like Mega Draft, some of those here on the channel. I end up doing some deep dives, like 5 tips on how to improve on a certain deck or archetype, with pros giving us those guides. And then I just started a new series, did my first episode with Morton, where I get pros to come on and talk and analyze their 3 favorite games from their Clash Royale career. So lots of different things you can get here on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. It's an easy and free way to support what we do and, of course, support Clash Royale esports, especially on the grassroots side of thing. And DC the Boss pointing out one more thing. If you are going to use something in the Supercell shop in any game, don't forget to use code RICH. There you go. Code RICH in the Supercell shop. Works in all different Supercell games. And if you're going to buy something, go ahead and support a creator as well. Let's go ahead, jump into game number 2. Lord Seb with the lead. Yesterday's game is not saved. Yesterday's game should be live on the channel. Let me go ahead and double check that, but I did send both of those. Yeah, yesterday's matches are on the channel. So, don't know what you're on about. And Hog versus Pigs. And aggressive looks from both early. Vanchtana asking, how can we enter community tournaments like this? Go to esports.clashroyale.com for information on all the Supercell Clash Royale esports offerings this year. We have both community events and Clash Royale League. CRL, of course, each month you qualify by making top 1,000 on Path of Legends. For these community events that are also part of the CRL ecosystem this year, you can participate in when they typically have open qualifiers. Again, esports.clashroyale.com for more information. Is the Inferno Tower meta because of Giant, says Air. I mean, Giant is certainly a big part of that. I mean, Giant, Bowler, Giant Skeleton. I mean, Royal Giant's running a lot of lightning these days, but not necessarily. Golem, Lava. It's just it's kind of a big, beefy meta right now. This is an aggressive push by Riley. He will get 1 for it, though, which is really all he needs in that situation. Easy King Tower activation. Bomber out. And Pigs will get a few good touches on the right-hand side, make this one close again. In the final 24 of regulation time, it's 26-46 to 24-46. The interesting thing about this matchup, or one of the interesting things, is that I'm trying to get a look here. 7 around, actually call it 5 around when you have the AQ on the board for Riley. If we get down into a spell cycle race, Riley does have the advantage here. With the Mighty Miner down, it's going to take at least 6 to get back around to an Earthquake here for Lord Seb. That's a good Firecracker shot, though. That's going to net him a little bit more damage out of it, or at least force out Elixir. But I do think that Riley is in a good place. As you can see, he's already starting the aggressive early spell cycle. Hog there, most of your pressure, and it jumps over the log. Definitely not what was being hoped by his opponent. Evo Firecracker not able to connect here. 12:60, 8:16, 30 seconds left. Riley looking to extend this to game 3. Good prediction log on the Skellies by Lord Seb. He does get some damage, but the Hog gets a shot the opposite direction, and that should be enough for Riley to take game number 2. And we are going to a 3rd and final. Day 2 of 3 of our finals. And Kevin Yaw saying, wow, how? And the how is pretty clear. Right? The how is that it took Riley one fewer elixir to get back around to Earthquake when we get into the spell cycle portion of the game. And in that situation, that's pretty significant. So obviously getting a couple of touches with the Hog Rider, very important. But getting the connection even better. Ben Morgan, how'd your debut go yesterday? Phenomenally. It was so much fun. If you don't know, folks, I made my debut commentating as a broadcaster for the Ultimate Frisbee Association, the UFA, with my new home team, the Austin Soul. And it was Austin versus Houston, a really fun match. And I was really excited to get a chance to do something a little different. And it was a blast. My co-commentator there, Matt Weber, was amazing. And we had a great time in front of a wonderful home crowd and a big performance for Austin. So it was a blast. And I'm excited to get to do more of that this year. If you like Ultimate Frisbee, you should check it out. And we're going to be having our next match coming up pretty soon. Vanch, has the era of repeating cards by players ever occurred at Worlds? Yes, it has. It most certainly has occurred. I think I'm trying to remember if the only time it occurred was at World Finals 2021. Yesterday's stream isn't public. I mean, let me go look at my channel one more time. I see the stream. Let me go look one more time. Yeah, yesterday's stream is definitely public. I definitely see it. I don't know. Let me go look at my channel here and see if maybe it's in a weird place. But yesterday's streams are definitely public. That's for sure. Little delay here before our 3rd and final. Yeah, yesterday's streams are 100% public. If you go down to the live stream section, they are all right there. You have to look at lives, not at videos. Because it was a live stream, not a video. Yes, very good point. Let's look at the chat here for a minute as we're waiting for game number 3 to kick off. Probably a little bit hard to find. We know I can Let me go to my channel customization here and put the lives. Let me move the live videos up, the live streams up a little bit. All right, I've now changed it so that live streams are right under popular videos. So there you go. That should be a little easier for some of you to find. Game 3 coming in just a couple of moments. Want to see Lord Seb celebrate again, says Utkarsh. Yeah, yesterday Lord Seb, Lord Seb did beat Mohammed Light yesterday, so that is certainly worthwhile for a big-time celebration. Lord Grimm asking my all-time favorite player, Morton. Although I would say RF is definitely up there on that list as an all-time favorite, for sure. Timestamp for Ian versus Light yesterday's stream. Someone made did put a comment in that did timestamp all of them. Asking, hey Rich, what is the schedule? We are on match 3 of 7 today. Next up, or 3 of 8. Next up will be Lucas versus EGW, and then we're gonna have all of our lower bracket matchups after that one. Rich, this is your favorite meta. You've probably seen Ice Golem more in the past. Yeah, it's nice seeing Ice Golem in the mix. For sure. It is definitely nice seeing Ice Golem get in there. Did Morton not qualify? He didn't participate. Either sports you want to commentate? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll want to commentate anything. Especially, you know, this is my career. So more commentary jobs, certainly more exciting. But also, specifically stuff I want to do. I really want to do volleyball. Volleyball I think would be a blast to do. What else I think would be really fun? Basketball would be very cool. I might be doing some baseball here at some point. But yeah, those are some of the big ones that I want to try out. And we are almost ready. Can we see the bracket? Bracket's not currently being shown, but here we go. And timeout for spam. If I don't answer your question after you've posted it 10 or 12 times, I'm not going to answer your question, folks. Anthony Stoke asking, can we see you do something ridiculous like Power Slap or a card jiu-jitsu commentary? Power Slap, no. I think it shouldn't even be right. I think the commission in Las Vegas really messed up by allowing it, by certifying it. I think Power Slap shouldn't even exist. And this is someone who's a longtime combat sports fan. That's not even a combat sport. Here we go. Graveyard in for Lord Seb. And that's a good E-Giant from Riley. As there was some Guardian in front of it, but I think this will get covered up by Seb. A little zap in, though. And a nice Evo zap to clear off the archers. Valk has to come down plus Barb Barrel. And still, some good damage from Lord Seb.
Doing it for the fans.
And a great prediction play there on the, maybe not a prediction necessarily, and the NATO away. Huge damage for Riley, that sequence. I don't know if you call it a prediction or just the appropriately timed Guardian because he had some coverage. Either way, it did get in front of that Ice Spirit and turned what could have been just a little bit of damage into an absolute explosion on Lord Seb's left tower. And GG, well played. Riley with a huge come-from-behind victory. And he will continue along in the upper bracket. And GG's Riley. And while he won't give us much on the camera, if you want the face reveal, there it is in his Calalas jersey. So a solid outing for Riley there. And a very well done play. So Riley guaranteed some of the prize pool. Again, if you win today, you are guaranteed top 8. Justin Bishop asking thoughts on bare knuckle boxing. I have no problem with that. In fact, bare knuckles boxing has less head damage. Bare knuckles looks more damaging because your face gets kind of cut up, but because they can't punch as hard because their hands aren't wrapped, our hands aren't gloved, it's actually less damaging to your brain cage than boxing or mixed martial arts. But power slap shouldn't even be regulated. It's just like, it's not a sport. It's just two guys slapping each other with no defense. Prediction on McGregor Chandler. Chandler, I think, if I'm going to predict. Let's go take a look at the bracket as it currently stands. We have 3 of our final 4 in the upper bracket. I believe this guarantees all of them top 6 at least. Ta, Tourist, Riley, and then either Lucas or EGW, which will be coming up next. And their hands are wrapped for bare knuckle, barely. I mean, they don't have gloves on, which primarily are there to prevent, to let you punch harder without breaking your hand. Bare knuckle is very, very different. Let's take a look at that loser bracket, or the elimination bracket, as I prefer to call it. Lord Seb and Ali will be one of our upcoming matchups. Remember, these 4 matchups in lower bracket round 2 are all elimination matches. And Ian going from an elimination match against Mohamed Light to an elimination match against... Ian had Riley, then Mo, then now Samuel Basoto. What a tough run for Ian in this one. Adriel and Firkin also there, and then Doom awaiting the loser of EGW and Lucas to see what happens there. Why no Moogie? I see the question. Moogie pretty much never plays in these tournaments. Snoke saying hands aren't wrapped, the wrists are. Yeah, that makes more sense. I don't really watch bare knuckle, but I've seen highlights and stuff. Can you see how explain how someone can win? Good point. Good question here, Stargame. The lower bracket champion faces the upper bracket champion. The upper bracket champion, though still having not been defeated, has to be beaten in 2 matches. So the upper bracket champion, lower bracket champion, that's the grand final match. If the upper bracket champion wins the first match, tournament over and they are the champion. If the lower bracket champion wins the first match, they play a second match called a bracket reset. Rich, will you go for commentary for MLS? Sure, if they hire me. I have no experience doing soccer commentary. I'm sure I'd be good at it. And Inferno towers everywhere. Will people make adjustments versus these Inferno towers, as they really have been kind of just letting it fly against these things? So the question, is Firkin going to play? Yes, he'll be playing later today when we get to the elimination bracket phase. Right now we got Lucas and EGW. EGW known for some wild deck making. We'll see if he does anything interesting here. Right now, right down the middle with some Royal Giant Monk play. Rich, for winning the first match, you mean first set or first win? So game, set, if we were playing, so we're not really playing sets, because a set would be in old CRL, right? You'd have, the match would be all three, a match would comprised of 3 sets, and the threat was comprised of 3 Orin King of the Hill up to 5 games. In solos, we don't have sets because we only play matches. We play BO3, we play best of 3 matches. So if the first match is won by the lower bracket champion, we replay, do a second match. A bracket reset, as they call it. Drill so far doing a lot for Lucas, who gets a ton of damage. Someone said EGW is from England. Radiggity saying, do girls not get to play in the tournament? This tournament's open to everybody. This is a dangerous situation for Lucas. He's going to give up some good damage here. That Valk does not prevent the RG. Working now RG right-hand side. Is an Inferno Tower available? Good prediction with the Barb Barrel. Maybe a Fireball in to really clean things up here, and it does go. EGW now on that right-hand tower. A great drill out of Lucas to defend, but the RG still getting tons of work done. NATO to pull back. That tower is in a lot of trouble, though, and the Fish Boy pulls, and that's going to be a Royal Giant devastation. That Royal Giant set up camp, broke out the hibachi, and made everybody dinner. Let's go take a look at the replay here as this RG goes on the right. And look at how low already the Dagger Duchess tower is, right? And that's a big factor in why this was so devastating. Even with the Fireball in, this drill comes out, but that Duchess tower just doing nothing because she was already drained the moment that RG came down. Great recognition by EGW of that moment. Let's see it one more time. And you see the Monk chipping it down. Lucas having to work on the left-hand side. And the prediction, Barb Barrel, very nice, knowing that Inferno Tower was the move. Fireball to clear. And then just no way to put enough damage on that evolved RG once that Dagger Duchess was shooting at about 1 arrow per hour. Or I guess 1 dagger, right? They're daggers. They are daggers. It's even in her name, Dagger Duchess. It's kind of right there. Next game coming up here in just a moment. RG was on the board for so long, says Ben Morgan. Yes, indeed it was. Do we have Ian playing today, says Kirito Plays? Absolutely we do. Oh yes, and to answer the question, if second match is won by upper bracket, then what? Then it's over. This is a double elimination tournament, and it does make the grand final confusing to some people. But basically, the point is, if you lose twice, you're out. And you are not out until you lose twice. So if you're the upper bracket champion, you have not lost yet, you still need to lose twice. If you're the lower bracket champion, you've already lost once, so you only need to lose once. And that's the basic explanation of why the grand final ends up having either 1 match or 2 matches between the 2 champions. Rich, do you only commentate or still play? I still play Clash Royale. A little less than I used to, just schedule-wise, but I still play. So just say the upper champ is up a stock. I don't know what that even means, up a stock. Why is RG so popular in CRL but not in ladder, not in top ladder? It's popular in CRL because since you have to split certain cards in certain spaces, RG is able to get some good matchups. Then how is second, third, and fourth place determined? Good question. Second place is whoever loses in the grand final, whether it's the upper bracket champion or the lower bracket champion. Third place is whoever loses in the lower bracket final. And as we get there tomorrow, you will see all these pieces. So looking like it might be some lava out of EGW. Do I think the loser bracket is a strategy that's a high chance of success? Absolutely not. Loser bracket is not a strategy at all. And that's a cheeky little ice spirit out of Lucas, recognizing that it would be able to get to tower. It wasn't worth it to EGW to try to pick it up. There's a nice little bit of chip here. And Lucas sells out, gonna get a lot of damage, but have very little remaining for this Lava Hound. I think he's 2 away from Tesla now. And Lucas now facing a Lava Hound plus Evo Barbs. And now the Zap. Delivery coming down to help with the clear. Guards to pick up. And he'll defend this pretty darn well. And that Archer Queen stays very, very healthy. Don't you think second and third should fight it out since they both lost once in the whole tournament? No, they will both have lost twice. Lava down this time. Tesla ready for the task. And Pigs right into the barbs once more, and that's not going to get much for him. As we go into sudden death, 2028 to 1169. So far, it's been all Lucas all day. He does cycle faster. Right now, though, looking to shore up his defense and wait for EGW to play Barbs. He wants Barbs out of cycle before he pigs. And no, he times the pigs for when the Loon comes out. Great timing there, recognizing that the Loon was about to come down. And this is going to be a Game 2 win for Lucas, tying things up. Very nicely played. Let's go ahead and check out the final moments from that one. As Lucas did a great job timing this counter push under the Lava Hound. So you see lots of protection here on the Archer Queen. Keep her on the board, you keep things going. And he sees, hey, look, there's a Lava Hound, an Inferno Dragon. Loon is likely, and he pigs right under it. An exceptionally nicely timed push out of Lucas. Very well done. How can you get a golden ticket, says Jornveer Stegen. Well, there are a few ways. 5 golden tickets are awarded to winners of our 5 monthly final this year. You can qualify for the monthly finals by making it the top 1,000 on our Path of Legends and ranked. 1 of our golden tickets is given to a player from our Chinese region. 1 of our golden tickets is given to a player who gets the most points on our leaderboard from those 5 monthly finals. And the final golden ticket goes to a player who accumulates points from this season of these community events like this one. There are 4 community events, including this one that award points towards a separate leaderboard. Zaid saying, Rich, please can you explain, if Light has one last tourney, then why is he still competing? Because there's still money to be won. Every tournament has a prize pool. So Mo is competing for that money. There you go. When is Riley playing? Riley already played today. We'll see him again tomorrow as he won his matchup. I met the loser of the upper bracket finals and the winner of the lower bracket finals by second and third place in the whole tournament. Yeah, so our final so here's how our the final things work, right? When you have your final four, you have the upper bracket last two and the lower bracket last two. The winner of the upper bracket last two goes into the championship. The lower bracket final two, they play. The loser is fourth, and the winner plays the loser of the upper bracket for second versus third, or for the chance to go to finals. So there is part of why, so we do have the eighth golden ticket, which is just for a player from China. First of all, China is about a sixth of the world's population, but also China is siloed from the rest of Clash Royale. Clash Royale world over here, China is on a separate server. So China has its own competition to get into World Finals. That's how it works. What's our schedule for our games today? Well, this is our last of our upper bracket matchups. After this, we have 4 lower bracket or elimination matchups, and we will finally have our top 8. One-eighth of the... Oh, yeah, so 1/8. So, yeah, but India also has 1/6 of the world, but I'm not treating them the same because India is not siloed. India plays in the same servers, everyone. China is the only country that plays... Only country, at least, of that kind of size. I don't know if there's any other country that's siloed. But yeah, India plays in the same servers as everybody else, whereas China does not. Allah, Allah on the vertical stream, saying you're my sunshine. By the way, folks, if you are watching in our primary stream and want to try checking this out in a vertical format that's more phone or tablet friendly, you can go ahead and check that out. There's the link in the chat. If you're on a mobile device, the link will not work in chat. You'll need to go either to the description where I have that linked, or you can go to the main channel page to find it. Best Hacks YouTube, much love from California. I miss it. Worked there for a long time. Someone asked, what's my favorite movie? Little Slushy asking that one. And some of my all-time favorites, Indiana Jones, Ghostbusters, The Matrix. So EGW going Giant Night Witch Electro Dragon. We saw this. Max Pang asking if I feel comfortable sharing what made you move from California to Texas. My wife's family is from Texas, and during the pandemic, we were in Los Angeles with a young child and in a house by ourselves, so we went to Texas to pod with her family, and then decided to stay because we realized how great it was being near family and not just kind of alone in Los Angeles. We'd always planned on moving there eventually, but maybe it was going to be a couple years later. So it just moved up our plans, but yeah. My kids get to grow up around all their grandparents and all their cousins, and a nice little quality of life for them. Lucas just putting in work. Does need to be careful here. This ability from the Skelly King could be devastating. Bat's working on the other lane here. And while it is a Golem deck out of EGW, it's the small ball getting it done. And Lucas calling a good game here. Is he going to Fisherman this into the tower or no? He's going to take a lot of damage when that Golem pops, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it. Lucas very frustrated. And congratulations to EGW. Remember, Lucas out, but not down, but not out. I think I got that replay up and running. Let's go take a look at the final moments here. And you see how low Lucas is on Elixir, and EGW just recognizing that problem. And this is a lot of punishment in both lanes. And EGW drops that golem, and you see Lucas immediately is just like, good game. I can't deal with this. And just too much there. Not able to get back to a Fisherman in time to pull. And Lucas sees that NATO, and he's just not happy with it. How many golden tickets in total? That is going to be 8 in total this season. Let's take a look at the bracket. Here's our 4 in the winners bracket. Ta, Tourist, EGW, and Riley. All guaranteed. Not just top 8, but I believe they're guaranteed top... No, they're guaranteed top 8 for sure. Yeah, top 8. Good for them. Didn't have a building GGs. And true. Has Lucas won a big scale CR competition? Yeah. Only 2-time monthly final champion without a coach. On the vertical chat, Ryu Kamara lives in the Valley in Brownsville. Good for you. Here's our lower bracket, our elimination bracket. And we're going to get into our first elimination matchup here. Ali and Lord Seb, let's go. We should have Faust versus Dominic next. Oh, not Faust versus Dominic. I can't actually see what that says. I don't know if it's Lucas Dominic or Adriel Firkin next. I'll keep you guys posted. Wouldn't the winner for this go final? No, this is a community event. This is not a CRL event, although it is tied to CRL, hence CRL X Calalas in the title. This is one of 4 community events that earn points towards our community golden ticket to World Finals this year. And there will be a day 3 for those of you wondering. This is the 5th of 8 matches today, 3 more after this one. And then we will be wrapped up and be back tomorrow for the top 8 and our championship.
You're so dumb.
Vivek asking, does the Dragon League offer more points than the Calalas Cup? I don't believe so. Isn't the 4 in the top bracket guaranteed top 6? I believe they are guaranteed top 6. I didn't see the bracket, and I was trying to remember how it worked. But I believe you're right. How much can I win money from CRL? Well, Mohammed Light has a career earnings of almost $1 million. So in Clash Royale overall. We'll see. Lord Seb has lots of elixir, so will he be able to defend against the Graveyard? And he does. Yes, if you get a top 1,000 finish, you will get an invite, I believe, in-game to the monthly final. Nice use of the Mighty Miner ability there for a little crowd control. Switching to sudden death here. So far, so good for Lord Seb. And again, Lord Seb continuing to use those NATOs for pull away. A lot to control here and very little elixir. Has to go Mighty Miner. Mighty Miner, though, going to get eaten alive. Guards up high. Mega Minion getting a bunch of swipes, throwing a ton of Dark Elixir at that tower, and suddenly we are almost tied up. Dagger Duchess down to almost nothing. Poison going defense on that graveyard, but damage done. Lead to Ali as we go into triple elixir. And a great Firecracker connection, and the Firecracker will stay alive. Poison has to come out to get on the Firecracker. Guards will go low for Lord Seb to defend against the graveyard. And this continues to be very tight. Mighty Miner might need to come out here for some crowd control once again, and it does. Not a great NATO, though. Late with the NATO and activated King Tower, and that might be the game 1 win for Ali. And that's it. GG, well played. Not quite able to make it happen. Top 6, folks, does not really change your prize pool situation. So the win here today for the upper bracket players does get them top 6, but really it's top 4 where that money starts to change. Double your money if you make 4th. Add another 500 for 3rd place. Double again for 2nd place, and 1st place $7,500. And William Smith asking the question of how much money you make. Well, the graphic's on screen right now. That Mega Minion made the game. He said it's pronounced ale. Really? I've never heard that. What is the other community event? Go to esports.clashroyale.com for all your information about the Clash Royale esports scene this year. The Ian and Mo match happened yesterday, for those of you who are asking. Ian versus Mo was yesterday, so go look at yesterday's stream, day 1, to find the Ian versus Mo matchup. And we should have our next game here in just a moment. I see the players getting themselves ready to rock. When is Ian? Ian is in this lower bracket. We'll see him in a little bit. Right now, let's jump into Lord Seb versus Ale, game 2. Ale? Really? Why are there 2 E's? Wasn't it used to be 7,000 and 3,500 for 1 and 2? I don't know. If you win in the lower bracket today, you are guaranteed top 8. Who forks up the prize? All the prize pools are funded by Supercell. And Ale. Ale, really? Double E equals I. Yeah, isn't it Ali? I've never heard him pronounce it. I've never spoken to him. So, double E is usually pronounced E. Single E is pronounced, would make it ale, right? The E would change the A to a long A. I thought it was pronounced Ale. Maybe. There's no accents, though. Why a community event and not just a 6th monthly final? good question. 2 reasons, Zidane. Number 1, my suspicion, again, this is supposition. It's not factually confirmed, but it is expensive to produce CRL, so by making it based on community events, it lowers costs dramatically. Number 2 reason why is wanting to give more support to community events and make community events more important. So those 2 together, those are the main reasons I would guess. And no one even agrees in the chat on how to pronounce it. Will Riley play again today? No, he will not. We'll see him back again tomorrow. Ooh, Evo Battle Ram in. It's not going to make it to tower, but isn't a force. I'm sticking with Ali for now, folks, until I get confirmation otherwise by someone other than an argument in chat. And look at that, Little Prince going to get into rhythm here. That's a lot of damage right-hand side. Lord Seb. Oh, somebody had someone from your Spain as a guest on your stream. Last year said it was pronounced Ale. All right. Did I? Then Ale it is. Danny Tran saying Surgical Goblin make work of these boys. Thoughts? Maybe in the past, but I think Surgical Goblin is about at these guys' level right now from what I've seen. Ooh, aggressive Royal Giant play. Gonna see the Guardian for a little pushback here. And that RG did not get much. Great Bandit from Seb. Excellent Bandit from Seb, and Ale gonna need to take a lot here as now both lanes in trouble. Evo RG down. Seb gonna go P.E.K.K.A right on it. Have not seen, the Fisherman's too close. Fireball will clear. And Lord Seb continuing to punish in this one. Evo Zap doing a good job on the Firecracker, but not the Fisherman not walking into range. Oh, Fireball makes just enough room for that Battle Ram to get through, and Lord Seb ties things up in Game 2. Continued great work here from Seb. Now going to get ready for game number 3. Let me go ahead and bring up the decks thus far in this one. So, spell situation similar on both sides. In fact, a lot of similar cards out from both sides. Tesla out for both, Poison out for both. Fireball out for both. Evo Zap now gone for Lord Seb. RG Graveyard played so far for Ale. Drill and Battle Ram played so far for Seb. NATO still in play for Seb, though. Or no, sorry, it's still in play for Ale. Do I have any other background? Let's see. Do I have another background? Is this one working right now? Let me try this one. Nope, they're not linked. Hold on. I know I have some other backgrounds, but I don't know where I've got them. So yeah, I have other ones. I just don't know where they are. Can we see the brackets? We'll see them between matches when they give us a look at those matches. I can see the similar decks played with all players, says Salah on the vertical stream. Do all players have the same coaches? No, just the meta is leading us that direction. Nick's saying, ignoring my important comments. Let me go look back and see. Is the prize pool in dollars or euros? Let's go look. Oh, interesting. It says euros for the full prize pool and dollars for the breakdown. I've seen, I believe it's euros, but that is a very good question. But from my understanding, it's euros, but this graphic's certainly not clear. Let's go ahead and jump into game 3. And someone asking, what does meta mean exactly? And a lot of people incorrectly think it's an acronym for most effective tactic available. And that's actually a misnomer. That was a retconned definition. There are a few different definitions of the word meta. When you're talking about conceptual type stuff, it's showing or suggesting awareness of itself, cleverly self-referential. When we use it in the context of gaming, what we mean is essentially the acronym actually is pretty descriptive for what it means in gaming, but meta is the common way of doing things in a given moment. And Danny Tran with a little Canadian love here. Thank you very much, Danny. Mustafa saying something wrong with the video on the vertical stream. What are you seeing, Mustafa? I can try to fix it. Why are they ranked in the 2000s? They're not ranked in the 2000s. That's their ranked score. It's not really, that's their best score on Path of Legends. Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Allay. Sadar saying I'm not seeing Mega Knight. Why is this? Because it's not very good. It's very niche, and especially in this current meta, really not very good. Is BMing allowed now? Yeah, you can do whatever you want. And that was destruction. Very quick, very easy for LA. GG, well played. And that'll do ya. That'll do you good. Up next, Dominic and Lucas. Florian Branch. Rich, you're always saying Fox or Vox, or I don't know how it's written, but you explain what it means. I don't even know what word you're referring to. Does anyone know what Florian's referring to? I have no idea what you're always saying Fox or Vox or... What? I have no idea what you're talking about. If someone else knows what he's referring to, I'm happy to answer that question. Meta in Clash Royale refers to the current state of the game, specifically the most effective strategies, decks, and card combinations that are very popular and dominant at any given time. That's a good way of defining it. All players are so young, 18 to 25. Yes, you have to be a minimum of 16 to compete in official Clash Royale competitions. Oh, folks. Like F-O-L-K-S. Folks, like people. You. Like, that's it, folks. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, that's what I mean. F-O-L-K-S. That's it, people. It's just another word for people. There you go. I did not know what you were talking about. What do you currently think about giant double prints in this meta? I hate giant double prints always, and it's not particularly great in this meta. Rich, how many languages do you speak? Well, I speak this one. I speak a very small amount of French and Hebrew and a minimal amount of Spanish. So there you go. Those are my languages. This is a, why are they to day 3? Because otherwise I'd be doing a 6 to 8 hour broadcast today, which I'm not interested in doing. So we keep it to 3 days of reasonably length broadcasts. Let's go ahead and jump into Lucas Dom. Hey, thanks, Devlop. Happy to have you here.
What up? Future King over here. Bold and bashful.
We are in the lower bracket elimination matchups right now, everybody. And our second time seeing Mortar today. I'm top 1K right now to be able to compete in, would I be able to compete in tournaments in the future? If you stay in top 1K to the end of the season, you will be able to compete in CRL this month. Chris F. Baby with the good morning. Good morning, Chris. Glad to have you here. Richard, you bought the shirt. Did you yell hook 'em horns? No, but I definitely yell it at football games.
Excuse me, don't you know who I am? It's Dutch.
Good lightning value for Doom. And clears, interesting, clears the Phoenix Egg. Gonna go very low on Elixir here, and Mortar not gonna get a connection on tower from that, and instead gonna give a nice berry connection to Dominic.
Excuse me, don't you know who I am?
And I like that Guardian. Did not get, the goal was hopefully to get one shot from the Mortar onto that Little Prince and maybe get a connection, not able to do it. But now Evo Mortar down. Bowler going to be picked up and then picked up again. And not quite touching the Mortar. Dom's forced to lightning it, but not before a connection hits. Now Graveyard in. Is it best of 3, asks Hamza? Yes, everything today is best of 3.
What up? Future King over here. Excuse me, don't you know who I am?
When did Mortar Graveyard become a thing? Mortar GY has been a thing for a long time. It's also been in and out of various metas. And Lucas just keeping Mortar pressure on. Graveyard in, and that Goblin gives the Graveyard a little bit extra time to get on tower. Poison value for Lucas on the Bomber. Jack asking, good morning, anything exciting happening yet? Nope, because you're not playing.
Kneel, numbskulls.
This is a big push on the right-hand side. Poison is slowing it down, but Dom's going to double down into it. That Mortar is going to be a problem, though, defensively. Mortar does connect on the left-hand side one more time. Great defensive Mortar and offensive Mortar, a great hybrid. Picking up everything and getting on tower. Is Path of Legends also called ranked? Yes, it is. Keegan saying, nice shirt there, Rich. Hook 'em. 17 seconds left. Barbarrel needs a turn, and it does. Nice pressure graveyard with the Evo Knight. And a good win for Lucas here in game 1. Mortar was 200 IQ. Yes, nicely done with the Mortars. Game 1 in the books. Devlop asking, Rich, are you going to make another disc golf video of you playing? I enjoyed that. Yes, there'll be more of me playing. Those ones just take a lot more time to do than the main show that we do on that channel. But yes, there'll be more videos of me playing. Next one's going to be a video of my partner playing and me being his caddy. And then we have some videos of the two of us playing together planned for the future on that channel. What a game, says Jess on the vertical stream. We are in both vertical and horizontal, folks. If you're watching on the horizontal stream, which is featured in the game, and you want to watch on a more phone-friendly version, you can go ahead and jump on the vertical stream, which is available. Disc Golf channel link, please, says Kevin Jason. 1 second, I will get it for you. Next game coming up here in just a moment. My disc golf channel is based around a fantasy disc golf league that my friend Bob and I created. Hold on, let me grab it for you. There you go. There's the link for the disc golf channel. It's also linked on the main page on my main page for this channel, so you can find it that way as well. But yeah, it's each week we have a fantasy league with very special rules that are different than most disc golf fantasy leagues, and it's a lot of fun, and you can play along. It's free to play. You can win discs and other merch from disc golf, and we also post some other videos that are disc golf related on our channel as well. But we have a weekly show where we break down the previous event and the upcoming event in the with the perspective of our league as the driving force. Rich, any competitive match which you can never forget? Yes. Yes, indeed. There are many. Good question. What does the fox say? Ooh. Or ahi-ahi-ahi. Those are the things that's what the fox says, from what I understand. Phoenix is not a common, it's a legendary. Good point. Tossing Plastic Disc Golf. It's a fun channel. So you too. You too, Tossing Plastic. And Demand, subscribe to my other channel. Thank you very much, guys. I think we're just almost at 200 subs on that channel. Oh, 201. We just made it to 200 subs. Next match coming up in a minute. Our next game, they're doing some League Ops stuff right now. Are you a fan of the Dallas Mavericks? I grew up a Kings fan. Sacramento Kings. Am I married? Yes, with 2 kids. Oh, correct answer is ding, 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 ring, ding, ding, ding. Yeah, that's a good answer. Did you watch Shogun? No, I have not. Folks, we'll get to the game as soon as it's up. Don't worry. Oh, you want the link to that disc golf channel on the other stream chat too? There you go. Cool. What's my favorite card in Clash Royale? Ice Golem. Do I remember the Morton Surgical Goblin 1 HP match? No idea what you're talking about. I've never heard of that. I've actually never heard of either of those two people. And I didn't know a match ever actually hit 1 HP. That's crazy that would happen. If I play in tournaments with Supercell, increase my card level since my most cards are level. When you play in competitive matchups, we're played at level 11. They're played at tournament standard, so your card level is not important when you play in competitive matches. Did you watch Breaking Bad? Yes. Here we go. Game 2. Let's get it. People loving that we have both vertical and horizontal. So why is Path of Legends level 15 then? No idea. But competitive matches are always played at tournament standard level 11. Trent saying there's only people who enjoy watching vertical. LMAO. Actually, Trent, people who watch on their phones tend to prefer vertical because then the gameplay area fills their entire screen. So if you watch on your PC typically or on your TV, people tend to prefer watching horizontal with all the overlay. But if they watch on their phones, they typically prefer watching vertical. Rich, please answer my question. How are they qualified if they are just 4,000 ranked and only be 1,000 under? It's the syntax thing is challenging. That ranked does not mean what their rank was. It means their score on Path of Legends. And it means their total trophies, their trophies on Path of Legends. So it's a little bit confusing the way that's presented. One second, folks. Corona asking, how do I watch the vertical stream? Here you go. It's linked at it's the pinned comment. It's also linked in the chat. And if you're on a phone and can't click those links in the chat, you can find it in the description of this video, or you can find it on the main page. If you go just to the page for this channel, it's also there. Lucas having to really double down on these defenses. And pressure, pressure, pressure from Dom, which, of course, is the name of the game with this deck. Giant Skeleton picked up by the Tesla here. Queen distracted for a moment, going Fireball plus Ice Spirit to clear that out. That Queen, though, requires now arrows, too. That's just about everything Lucas had trying to keep that defense. Oh, and that Giant Skeleton gets a little dangerous for a moment. Evo Bomber trying for some cleanup work, and will there finally be? And no, the Archer Queen goes down. Lucas getting some damage on the left-hand lane, but not quite what he wanted. And able to pull the Giant Skeleton back to the middle is Lucas. Very low on that left-hand lane. Drill has just not been doing it. Fireball in for Dom. Drill has to come down for Lucas, has to come down now. Maybe he goes to the side, trying to stretch things out a little bit. He does go to the side here. Some goblins get on tower, not going to be enough though. Arrows try to clear for a bit more damage, and not going to do it. We are tied up once more. Football Ultra Fan, I'm just beginning. Are there any cards I should use? At the beginning, whatever you have the most levels in. And then over time, you'll figure stuff out. But don't waste too much on Witch. That's a good piece of advice. Don't waste too much on Witch. She's not that good. She just seems good early on. Rich, Ian is next, right? I need to double check. Not entirely sure. We do still have Firkin's matchup coming today, too. How many countries have you been in, says Wolf. Good question, Wolf. In North America, I've hit here, Mexico, and Canada. In Asia, I have been to China and Japan. Is that it? China, Japan, yeah. I've been to England, Scotland, France, the Netherlands, Italy, Spain, Israel. Where else have I been? Oh, and Finland, obviously. I think that's everything. I need to look at a map to see if there's anything else that I'm missing there. But decently well-traveled, which is pretty nice. Tossing Plastic, I love when I sit down for a long edit day and your stream is going. You rock. Oh, thank you so much. Williams have only been to 3 states. Get out there when you can. I know it's not always easy. Why is the game glitched? Hold on. Let me get out of the clan. I am not seeing the game here. 1 second. Oh no, there's no. That was a mistake. Never mind. I have not been to Germany yet. Rich, will you be coming in CRL this year? Yeah. I am missing May's monthly final for my sister's wedding, but I'm commentating the other monthly finals and of course World Finals as well. Mr. Worldwide. Yeah, I should look. I wonder if I'm missing something when I think about that. Let me go to Google Maps and see if I'm missing anything. As we're waiting for our next match to start, has not started yet. Let's see. Yeah, I think. Yeah, France, Spain, Netherlands, the UK, Italy. Yeah, I think that's everything. Is Mo out? Yes. Yeah, I think that's everything. I haven't done anything in Africa yet. I have not done South Asia at all. So only China and Japan in Asia so far. So, yeah, maybe one day I'll get to Africa. That'd be cool. Have not been to Ireland, even though I've been to England and Scotland. I lived in Scotland for a year. Here we go. Next game finally ready. Let's do it. I see a couple questions about how Chinese players. China has its own CRL style competition. Last year it was called CCRC, I think. And it's their own big tournament structure to crown a champion over the course of the year. So drill for Dominic. And some giant action for Lucas. Rich, you like techno music? I like lots of electronic music. Come to Cambodia. That could be cool. Come to Jamaica. Maybe one day. You haven't been to South America? No, I have not. My sister's traveled South America extensively, but I have not. Please increase my voice sound. Is my voice a little low in the mix today? I thought I was nice enough, but I can pump it up a little bit. Let me add just a little bit of gain here. Hold on. Check, 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 check. All right, that might be a little bit better. Is it possible to play the bracket during the between breaks? Only between matches, not between games, because it comes from the production booth, not from me. What is your best achievement in CR? Becoming a caster. Actually gets a nice little swing there on that tower. 2866. The mark now. Minor, we have not seen much minor at all in the Dagger Duchess meta, especially not today. But I do believe minor is still viable. You just have to drain the Duchess first. And with this deck having so much beef in it, Executioner, Giant, Dark Prince, lots of chances to do that. And yes, a good point here. XC Firecracker. Where'd it go? Someone said it. Insane prediction, yes. XC Firecracker is wild. What do I think of Juicy J? He's great. He's a good friend. And this is where a miner can get useful, right? You see the Duchess being drained. Monk needs to activate a little earlier to really have that viability against the Duchess. That's a lot of elixir expenditure there to not get that much damage. Miner goes to the back. And that's a great Exinado. Oh boy. That Miner is still on that tower. Miner just hanging. Dom calls good game. And Lucas. Great win. Staying alive, making it into our top 8. Congrats to Lucas. Let's see if I did get that prediction on in my replay booth. I don't know if I grabbed it in time. Let me load up what I clicked and see if it's still there. See if it got there fast enough. Here we go. Take a look at the lower bracket. Lord Seb out. Dom out. Ale and Lucas both alive in the lower bracket. They will meet up in an elimination match tomorrow to see who makes it into our top 6. Adriel Firkin and Samuel Basoto Ian still remaining on today. Let's take a look and see if I got there early enough. And I think I did. Wait, was that it? I am trying to look closely. So here's the Firecracker. Here's the Giant. Oh no, that's him saying wow about the non-connection with the Firecracker. I thought I got it early enough, but it was before that. Yeah, I thought I got it. I thought I got it early enough. Oh well. At the very start of the game. Do I know Bangladesh? I'm familiar with it. I've had co-workers in Bangladesh in the past, and of course I have a friend who's Bangladeshi. Hassan Ahmad, very funny comedian. Here we go. Game 1, Firkin Adriel. Are the rumors true that Golden Knight is inspired by Erling Haaland? No idea, but I can definitely see the connection.
Real numbskulls.
Erling Haaland is going to star in the Clash of Clans game. Press release a few days ago that there will be a version of Haaland as a Barbarian King skin as a Barb King skin inside of Clash of Clans. So that's really cool. So maybe not the Golden Knight, but the Barb King.
It's Duchess to you.
How are the matchups determined? Is it random? Why is he up against all the tough competitors? It's just the way it's structured. You know how the seeding works out. Adriel's from the Dominican Republic. And someone's saying it's also a temporary troop. Oh, it's not a skin that you can keep forever? This is rough for Ferin here. Very rough indeed. And tower down. GG game 1.
Excuse me, don't you know who I am?
Adriel all over it. Liam saying Supercell doesn't want Ian to win. Supercell would love nothing more than for a very popular content creator to win more in CRL. There is nothing Supercell would like more, especially in a country as valuable monetarily as the US. Supercell definitely would love it if a major content creator won CRL. That would be the ideal, in fact. So, no, I reject your supposition that Supercell does not want Ian to win. That would be awesome. One of the things Supercell wants the most is for esports players to also be content creators, because content is far more popular than esports. So they would love that. So, for sure, if Ian won, Riley won, that would be, all that kind of stuff would be great for Supercell and for the game. Are Ian and Riley still in? For the moment, yes. Although Ian will play an elimination matchup very soon here. Ian will be playing in our very next match. Is the seeding completely random or based on equal skill matchups? The seeding, the seeding is based on the qualification into the competition, right? So the way you qualified from the group stage is how the seeding is built. Let's go ahead and jump into game 2. This is an elimination match for sure. How many more matches to go, says Hatchin8. This is our second to last match. Do you play Squad Busters? I have not tried Squad Busters yet. Rich, what is disc golf? Disc golf is where you throw frisbees, small plastic flying circles, into baskets, much like regular or traditional golf. You try to throw it in as few shots as possible.
Stay sharp.
Rodney Contra, good to see you as always. Mo does post videos, but not often. Yes. Nothing that Supercell would like more than if Mo would post regular content. Good damage there from Ferin. And now that we're suddenly halfway through the day, or 2/3 of the way through the day, we start seeing Miner come out and become a regular fixture.
Protect the air.
The chat is so fast, Rich won't see this message. You're right, I didn't see it. Oh, man. Eyes reveal Rich. Watch CRL. My eyes are there every single episode. Adriel sets up P.E.K.K.A low. Minor P.E.K.K.A poison. Is this 2007 or 2017? Anyone have B-Rad's number? And Adriel tries to go for the catch on the minor, instead goes down. So maybe he was actually trying to stop the ghost. 12 seconds left. Ferin with a pretty significant lead. It's going to take a big connection for Adriel. He cannot win the spell value fight that's going to happen later here. Does OJ play tournament? I've never seen OJ play a tournament. Not since like the original content creator tournaments back near launch. And I like the gamesmanship there. The AQ, though, goes to the minor, so it doesn't get the value that he wanted, but you see Adriel going to the front of tower rather than the back, because with the ghost going in front, it seemed like it would go the opposite way. Bats are causing so many problems for Adriel, though. He just has no great answer for the bats. He even has to do a Evo Tesla to cover them there. Yeah, you combo the minor, or you combo the bats and the Archer Queen, and both of those just making things so difficult for Adriel. Ferin, great game. Here we go to game 3. Weird deck pick from Adriel. Trying to snipe Giant? I don't know. Let me go back and see. I don't remember. Where are ya? There we go. Let's go to Adriel's Royale API page. Oh, no, Giant was game 1 from Ferin, so definitely not trying to snipe Giant. Giant Bowler was game 1. So not sure what Adriel was... Maybe Adriel was thinking Golem, potentially? Let me go look at what Ferin's played. I mean, playing a ton of Giant on Ranked, on Path of Legends. But... let me go see what he's played in friendlies. Can I change this to friendlies? In clan. Oh, that's only that one because he has not been in the clan for a while. Got it. Got it. Because Ferin's a good RG player. Yeah, I mean, you almost think, I don't know, that's a tough choice there. Lava Loon. Well, Lava Loon was what Adriel played in the first game. Ferin played Giant in that first game. Rich, you know why Supercell canned Clash Heroes? Was also looking forward to that game, though Squawk does look like it maybe made from the Clash Heroes DNA. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff very much. Yeah, RG makes sense, maybe. Then you gotta watch for that Fisherman. Pro Live saying Ferin 100% gonna go RG in this third game. Maybe. He doesn't have Lightning, but he does have Zap. So very, very possible. Let me look at something here really quick. Yeah, okay. Game 3 almost here, folks. Waiting for that request coming from the players. Who's the most versatile player can win with any kind of deck in your opinion? Mohammed Light. Easy question. Next question. Ollie's saying Graveyard. Maybe. I can see the argument for it. Poison out on both sides, log out on both sides. Adriel doesn't have Evo Zap. Guards are gone for Adriel. Freddie, every month there's a new season and top 1,000 reset. How does that work for CRL? I'm confused. Well, if you make top 1,000, then you qualify that month for CRL, for that month's CRL qualifier, right? You make it into the CRL monthly competition if you finish top 1,000 on that month. That's how it works. Rich, what do you think of the new spell? Haven't looked at it. No opinion yet. I'll check it out when it's out. Play clone for the meme. I feel you. Where's Anaban been these days? Probably at home. The Golden Balance. Is Riley playing today? We already saw him play. We'll see him play again tomorrow. Who's the best RG player for you, Rich? I think Ferin, absolutely. Maybe it's Ferin. There you go. All right, about to start. Here we go. Ferin, Adriel. Loser leaves town. Let's go. You qualify for the next month. You qualify for the following month. You qualify for the CRL that begins directly after that monthly final. We're splitting hairs here, folks. Little fireball in. And a Hog Rider. Interesting. Is this... Whoa, okay. Mortar double bait. And that gets shut down. What a fascinating deck pick on both sides, especially out of Adriel here. What does he have for Firecracker to get past? Does he have to fireball Firecrackers? Akib asking, why isn't Supercell's and hosting CRL in other countries like PUBG is hosting in different countries? Like, why isn't Supercell World Finals in different countries? It used to be, but now I think they prefer to hold it in Finland for a number of reasons. Oh boy. Wow. Evo Zap, perfectly timed out of Ferin. Good snowball to cover on the Hog Rider. I think a couple different reasons. One of them is it's probably less expensive for them to host it in Finland. And number two is, and I know this one for a fact, they have way more control over the product in Finland because they're able to work with the production team they know very well there. We worked with the exact same production crew the last 2 years in Finland, and they're phenomenal. They're a really good team. They're the same team that does things like The Voice in Eurovision in Finland. So very, very good team there for production. So that's also part of it, is when you work with a production company that is in another country, that's sourcing the team from another country, it's less predictable, the quality that you'll get. Nice zap. I mean, Ferin's zaps have been on point this game. That's the big reason why he's ahead. And kaboom. And kaboom. Yeah, I mean, the firecracker value plus the zaps. Adriel cannot get to these firecrackers, not in any meaningful way. And the zaps of Ferin have just perfectly covered. And I see that Adriel was maybe thinking, like, hey, there's no log, no arrows. Good opportunity for bait to be viable. But snowball comes in, doesn't matter. Ferin gets it done. Chloe Lamb's saying, Rich, come to Hong Kong. We'd love to have you. I'd love to visit sometime. That would be super fun. Great job for Ferin. Adriel tried too hard to snipe RG TBH. Yeah, you might be right. And now we're coming up to our last match of the day, folks. Samuel Basoto and Ian coming up soon. Is it possible to live CRL in vertical as you? I don't think so. I mean, it might be possible. I don't think they're doing that, though. How often do one-tricks actually use their mains in CRL? Like their super mains? Not very often. Often those one-trick decks end up cannibalizing too many other options. So true one-trick decks don't get used in CRL very often because of that particular problem. Sometimes they do, but not that much. And now, no vertical stream. Well, we have a vertical stream, Notorious Boy. We are both in vertical and horizontal. We're doing double today. Double for you, whichever way you want to watch. It's there. I've not been centered on camera all day. It's been bothering me. I need to adjust one of the two cameras. And let's take a look at the bracket. We have 7 of our top 8 secured. Ale, Lucas, and Firkin now here in the lower bracket. Firkin's opponent will either be Samuel Basoto or Ian. We'll see which one as soon as that match starts. Tossing Plastic, what's your afternoon plans today? Well, going and seeing Slayton Jr. He has, I think, T-ball and soccer today. It's busy. Busy, busy, busy. Let's go ahead, jump into the final matchup of the day. Ian versus Samuel Basoto. Let's get it. And Ian might be doing some Ian things here. Going drill. An interesting drill to the back, really just to get some of the Ice Spirit attach. Sheesh, athlete right there, double effort. It was supposed to be just soccer today, but baseball got rained out Wednesday and again last night, so. He was supposed to have his first playoffs for T-ball, which is crazy, on Wednesday, but bad weather down here has been postponing things. Why did those arrows not kill the guards? Did I miss something? I looked at the chat for a half second, but arrows on guards should be good shape. Were they outside of the first one? T-ball playoffs, let's go, LOL. Yeah, they had them last season. It was actually really fun. Guards survive arrows now? What are you talking about? What? When did that happen? Didn't we see arrows kill guards like yesterday? Everyone's saying that. When did that buff happen? Has that been that 2 seasons ago? Really? Is my brain that broken? My brain must be that broken. Everyone's like, dude, don't you know that? March 1st, balance update. Guards don't get killed by arrows anymore. Wow. I feel like I would have noticed that casting as much Clash Royale as I've been casting. But there you go. That's ridiculous. Where have I been? Obviously not playing guards or arrows. I play neither of those in any of my decks. I never play guards, I never play arrows. Oh, that's a big reason. Now it makes way more sense why guards have been played all the time today. Oh, and nobody really arrows them anymore. Oh, yeah, so you put those two things together. I never play guards, I never play arrows, and nobody arrows guards anymore because it doesn't kill them, and I just haven't noticed it. Oh. The more you know. Guess who's going to start playing guards now? What's the sword bar of the tower for? Well, in the theme of people not paying attention to things that have happened recently, that is the Dagger Duchess, the newest tower troop, and that show indicates, that bar there indicates how many daggers she has left. As you'll watch, she throws a bunch of daggers really fast, then once she's out, she slows down as her bar refills. Ian completely in control here. And that's an easy game 1 win. Those of you who want to see Ian Riley play again, we are one step closer. Austin Boss saying, hey, Rich, hope you're doing well today. I am. Had a great time last night commentating the season opener for the Austin Soul against Houston Havoc. So that was pretty great. Really fun. And then doing Clash Royale here with you today and tomorrow. And then, of course, I have my son has multiple games and multiple sports today, which I'll be going to right after we're done here. Ian Riley Finals would be absolute cinema. It would be crazy. Bomb Tower kind of disappeared. Yes, well, why would you play Bomb Tower when Evo Tesla exists? And it's not a very swarmy meta by comparison. Why Supercell encourages player talking in game? You mean like, what do you mean by that question? Like talking to their friends on chat, or you mean emoting? What do you mean? They don't really encourage or discourage anything specifically. Will you be covering the upcoming game? Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We will see if I do that or not. You are promoting your own code. I am from Finland. Yeah, of course I'm promoting my own code. That makes sense. Why wouldn't I promote my code? Oh, like, am I covering it up? Do I keep covering it up? Hey, if you want to support a content creator, if you buy something in any Supercell shop, use code RICH. Helps me out a little bit. Very cool. I'm probably cheating. Hey, Rich, just need to come here and let you know how underappreciated you are in CR. Absolute legend. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Talking with friends who are spectating, that's kind of like cheating. They don't encourage it, but it's just not really enforceable. Nothing enforceable about that in this era. What is my code? Akib. Code RICH. R-I-C-H. If you want to support me in the Supercell shop. Do I know Phone Cats? I mean, not personally, but we raid each other relatively often when I do stream on Twitch, which I don't do very much anymore. And slow start here in this one. We have not seen a bunch of staring contests today. But there have been more lately as the meta has become a little thicker.
Bashful.
Have I spoken to Rumham? Yes, many times. So Golem looking like it for Ian. And Giant Skelly with the Goblin Knight, and oh boy, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. The NATO doesn't even pull. The NATO doesn't even pull, oh boy. Oh boy. And Samuel fires back big, although this pump getting a lot of value here. Is Ian gonna go? No, he pumps again. On the weak side. Fireball out, though, it's not a big deal. And now Golem into the weak side lane. Little Bomber going for its win condition. And a very nice little Prince plus NATO, although an even better zap to clear off that Electro Dragon. And Ian's just in a pile of trouble here. Firecracker not chipping, which is great news for Ian if he does try to fight this one out. Evo Barbs get swiped up by that Guardian dash. Fireball not there for it. And I think Samuel waiting for Fireball for this next pump that Ian should place on the opposite side if he pumps. He decides not to. And so going to go full Golem player. And that's Fireball value there on the right-hand side. Zap to clear the Electro Dragon. Ian's starting to get back in this one a little bit, though. Chipping away with 90 seconds left. Ian needs to figure out how to not give a pile of Fireball value. Oh, and that right there is devastating. That's GG. I mean, it was GG already probably, but now when you add in an Evo Firecracker connection, and Ian trying to stay alive here, that the NATO does not also pull everything, and we're going to game 3. Just had nothing for Firecracker, had difficulty keeping spacing. What does the second elixir icon mean on the previous game graphic? Oh, you mean on the left-hand side, the one that kind of splatter? That's the elixir. That's elixir leaked. Evo Firecracker is broken. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, let's look at the decks played so far. Poison out for both players. NATO still available for Samuel. Zap, Fireball, Lightning all still up for Ian. That's interesting. Inferno Dragon gone. Tesla gone. Inferno Tower pretty likely for Samuel. So I would say Lightning is a good pick for Ian. Does Sam try to counter that and go something with Barbs? Honestly, I know Sam is more of a cycle player, but Lavaloon Barbs might be the play here. Does Ian go? Because Ian doesn't. I don't think Ian goes hog here. Monk he already played. He still has Ice Golem available, but Log is out. And Tom saying Ian Lava maybe. Inferno Tower is still free for both players, though. Syed saying Ian will go RG. Maybe. Ian does have Fireball available. And here we go. Game 3, folks. Will it be Ian? Will it be Sam? Well, we'll find soon. Find out soon. Bar barrels from both sides. Mouserson saying pigs for Ian, 100%. Maybe Goblin Giant for Ian. And it is RG for Ian. And Sam going Mortar. Was that a is it Mortar GY? Is that King Tower activation game over? Or at least close to? Samuel could be going. Someone saying Samuel Loon. I never really understand Ian's emotes. Mortar E-Giant says Jin Yang. Oh, he already played GY. No, he didn't. Sam didn't play GY. Sam played. Oh, he did play GY. So yeah, Mortar E-Giant. That's going to be a NATO sucked out, lightning in, and boom, good connection. Scientist saying it's E-Giant. Yeah, probably right. Shia Cohen saying, hey, old friend, behind on the stream here, but you're correct on grammar. It's actually one less of elixir and not fewer. Well, actually, if it's singular, it's one fewer. If you're talking about quantities, it's less. You don't have like, if you and I both have cartons of milk and mine has less than yours does, you wouldn't say, I guess you could say one less, one fewer. But fewer is exclusively used for items of finite quantity, whereas less can be used for items of undefined quantity, indefinite quantity, undefined quantity. Either way, let's focus on the Clash Royale here. This is our final game of the day. The spend on these RGs is serious. That's 10 on 6. Yeah, fewer is for an amount that's counted, for a defined amount. So you would say one fewer elixir. If you're saying elixir in general, I have less elixir, right, for the full quantity, or if you're specifying quantity, it would be fewer. Ian should be able to do double lane pressure, says Saeed. Well, when we get into triple, that's usually when that happens. And one more shot in for Ian. And it's guards. Well, that's the lulz right there. Here goes this bowler on the right-hand side. High mortar. Mortar could get a connection. No, the Electro Spirit stops it. Bowler does not connect either. And E-Giant in, but that's not going to be down enough. Lightning. E-Giant does not reflect as much as Samuel would have liked. And Ian will survive. Ian will survive and play tomorrow in our top 8. Did I say guards? I meant recruits. Y'all know what I meant, as DC the Boss says. GG's. Ian, big win. And that means he is back tomorrow. And the chance of another Ian O'Reilly matchup, which I know everyone here wants to see, remains a possibility. Let's look at the bracket. Ale and Lucas, elimination match tomorrow. Firkin and Ian, same thing as well. We start at 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow to answer Mr. Exclusive's question. And just our top 8. I think we'll look at our upper bracket here in just a moment. And get a better view of the whole landscape. There we go. Top 4 in the upper bracket tomorrow. All 4 of these players guaranteed a top 6 finish. Ta versus Tourist, EGW, and Riley. All that and more tomorrow. Same place. Same channel. It will be right here. 7 a.m. Pacific time. 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 1400 UTC. All that and more here tomorrow, folks. Thanks. It's been a fun day. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you back here mañana for the culmination of our first community crossed with CRL event of the season. As always, be excellent to each other and party on, dude.